Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 403, The Fog Stalker, of a Beginner. It was a cold, dark night in London. The fog was thick, like a heavy blanket over the city. Emily walked quickly down the empty street. Her boots clicked on the wet pavement. She pulled her coat tighter around her. The wind whispered through the trees, and she felt a shiver down her spine. She was alone, or so she thought. Emily was 25 years old, with short brown hair and bright green eyes. She worked late at a small bookshop near the river. Tonight the shop had closed at 9 p.m, and now it was almost 10. She usually took the bus home, but tonight the buses were late because of the fog. So she decided to walk. It was only 15 minutes to her flat. What could go wrong? As she turned a corner, she heard something. A soft sound, like footsteps behind her. She stopped and looked back. The street was empty. The fog swallowed everything, streetlights, houses, trees. She shook her head. "It's just my imagination," she said to herself. She started walking again, faster this time. But then she heard it again. Step, step, step. Closer now. Her heart began to race. She turned around, her eyes wide. "Who's there?" she called. Her voice shook. No answer, just the wind and the fog. She took a deep breath and told herself to stay calm. Maybe it was a cat or a dog. London was full of stray animals. She kept walking, her hands in her pockets. Her flat was only 5 minutes away now. She could see the faint glow of the street lamp ahead, but the footsteps didn't stop. They were louder, heavier. Someone, or something, was following her. Emily's phone was in her bag. She reached for it, her fingers trembling. She wanted to call her friend Mark. He lived nearby and could help. But when she pulled out her phone, the screen was black. The battery was dead. "No, no, no," she whispered. Panic filled her chest. Suddenly a shadow moved in the fog. It was tall and thin, like a man. Emily froze. The shadow stood still, watching her. She couldn't see a face, just a dark shape. Her legs felt heavy, like they were stuck to the ground. What do you want?" she shouted. The shadow didn't move. Then, slowly, it stepped closer. Emily turned and ran. Her boots slipped on the wet pavement, but she didn't stop. Her breath came in short, sharp gasps. The street lamp was so close now she could hear the footsteps behind her fast, chasing her. She didn't dare look back. She reached her building and fumbled with her keys. Her hands shook so much she dropped them. "Come on!" she cried. She bent down, grabbed the keys and jammed them into the lock. The door clicked open. She threw herself inside and slammed it shut, her heart pounding in her ears. She leaned against the door, listening. Silence. No footsteps, no sound at all. Had she lost them? She waited, counting the seconds. 1 minute. 2 minutes. Nothing. Then, slow and loud. Emily jumped back, her eyes wide. She didn't move. She didn't breathe. Another knock. She looked through the peephole in the door. The fog outside was thick, but she saw it, a shadow, standing right there. "Who are you?" she whispered, stared to open the door. No answer. The shadow stayed still. Then it turned and walked away, disappearing into the fog. Emily slid to the floor, her body shaking. She didn't sleep that night. She sat by the window, watching the street. The fog lifted by morning and the city looked normal again. But Emily couldn't forget the shadow. Was it a person, a thief, or something worse? The next day she told Mark about it. He laughed and said it was probably just some drunk guy lost in the fog. Maybe he was right, but Emily wasn't so sure. She started taking the bus home every night after that. She didn't want to walk alone again. Weeks passed and nothing happened. Emily began to relax. Maybe it was just a bad dream. But one night as she waited at the bus stop, she saw it again. The shadow. standing across the street, watching her. The fog was back, and so was the fear. Vocabulary notes. Fog. Definition: thick mist or cloud near the ground that makes it hard to see. Example: the fog was thick, like a heavy blanket over the city. Additional example: the driver slowed down because the fog covered the road. Similar words. Mist. A lighter version of fog, often less thick. The mist in the morning made everything look soft. Haze. A mix of dust, smoke, or mist in the air. A haze hung over the city after the fire. Cloud. Water vapor in the sky, but can describe foggy conditions. Dark clouds and fog made the day gloomy. Shiver. Definition: to shake slightly because of cold, fear, or excitement. Example: she felt a shiver run down her spine. Additional example: he shivered in the cold wind without a jacket. Similar words. Tremble. To shake because of fear or weakness. Her hands trembled as she opened the letter. Shake. To move quickly back and forth, often stronger than a shiver. The dog shook the water off its fur. Quiver. A small, quick shake, often from emotion. Her voice quivered when she spoke about the accident. Pavement. Definition: a hard, flat surface beside a road for people to walk on. In British English, in American English, it means the road itself. Example: her boots clicked on the wet pavement. Additional example: the children drew pictures with chalk on the pavement. Similar words. Sidewalk. Another word for pavement, more common in American English. She walked her dog on the sidewalk. Path. A narrow way for walking, often not paved. The path through the park was muddy. Road. A wider surface for cars, sometimes including pavements. The road was busy with traffic. Panic. Definition: a sudden, strong feeling of fear that makes you act quickly or lose control. Example: panic filled her chest. Additional example: when the fire alarm rang, panic spread throughout the room. Similar words. Fear. A feeling of being afraid, less sudden than panic. She felt fear when she heard a strange noise. Terror. Very strong fear, often overwhelming. The loud crash filled him with terror. Anxiety. Worry or nervousness, often less intense than panic. He felt anxiety before his exam. Shadow. Definition: a dark shape made when something blocks light. Can also mean something mysterious or threatening. Example: suddenly a shadow moved in the fog. Additional example: the tree cast a long shadow on the grass. Similar words. Silhouette. The outline of a person or object against light. She saw his silhouette in the doorway. Darkness. The absence of light, often linked to shadows. The room was full of darkness at night. Figure. A shape or form, often of a person. A strange figure stood in the distance. Fumble. Definition: to handle something clumsily or with difficulty, often because of nervousness. Example: she reached her building and fumbled with her keys. Additional example: he fumbled with his phone trying to answer the call quickly. Similar words. Drop. To let something fall by accident. She dropped her book on the floor. Struggle. To try hard with difficulty. He struggled to open the heavy door. Clumsy. Moving or doing things in an awkward way. She felt clumsy carrying too many bags. Pound. Definition: to beat or hit hard and fast. Can also describe a strong, loud heartbeat from fear or effort. Example: her heart pounded in her ears. Additional example: The rain pounded against the window all night. Similar words: beat, a regular hitting or pulsing like a heartbeat. His heart beat faster when he ran. Thump, a loud heavy sound or hit. The book fell with a thump on the table. Pulse, a rhythmic beat, often of the heart. She felt her pulse quicken in the dark. Story written by Grok 3 AI. Image created by Flux, Schnell, Black Forest Labs AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.